United States. And Consumer Cellular's customer support agents are from where you're from, the same small town that you're from, the one that stretches from California to Maine, Minnesota to Corpus Christi, Texas, the one that cares about its neighbors, lights fireworks, legal ones, in the street. So the next time you want to make a phone call that feels like an American flag waving at an air show at Magic Hour, give us a call. Even if it's for no reason at all, except to exchange barbecue sauce recipes like a couple of Americans. Or make jokes about Canadians. LOL, just kidding. We love Canadians. They're our neighbors. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
At Denny's, we have a special appreciation for America's truck drivers. Keep the goods moving and the country moving. That's why we're always ready with made-to-order meals that are ready when you are. Like the Lumberjack Slam, all your breakfast favorites in one truck-sized plate. Enjoy it with a cup of our always fresh coffee that's as endless as the road ahead. Whether it's dine-in or curbside pickup, get your favorite diner meal and be back on the road in no time. Craving a delicious pit stop? At Denny's, it's diner time. Hours and participating restaurants may vary, subject to availability.
Were you hopeful for less chance of an inspection delay at the roadside in 2021? Compared to the 2020 pandemic year, you were disappointed as inspection likelihood rose from 2020 levels substantially. That's according to the new comprehensive analysis from Overdrive Magazine's decade-long CSA's Data Trail series. But the 2022 series update shows that state truck enforcement departments still aren't back to pre-COVID inspection levels. Learn more about this today. There are some new risks, though, in rising moving violations as well as hours of service detention. You can determine your own roadside risk with 48 state rankings in many inspection and violation categories. Download the full report via overdriveonline.com. Navigate to the regulations section to find the CSA's Data Trail 2022 update. That's overdriveonline.com in the regulations section, and check out CSA's Data Trail 2022 update today.
The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund invites all over the road Class A CDL holders to join our smoking cessation program, Rigs Without Cigs. Participants receive tools to assist in quitting, along with support and accountability from the program manager and others in the program. Incentive packages are offered by the Road Pro family of brands for all who stop using tobacco through the Rigs Without Cigs program. Go to truckersfund.org under the Health and Wellness tab and sign up for Rigs Without Cigs.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. 5 American citizens wrongly detained in Iran for years are back home this morning. Correspondent Cammie McCormick has our top story. Iranian oil assets. The 5 are expected to receive medical support at the military base. For the former captives, there are many unknowns. Businessman Siam Eknamazi's attorney, Jared Genser.
He has missed some of the best years of his life, 8 years. He wants to be married and have kids. He has to figure out where he's going to live, what's he going to do for a living, for a job, and how does he rebuild his life.
President Biden is getting ready to address the UN General Assembly in New York this morning. Former UN senior advisor Bruce Jones.
He has to go into this not just as the leader of the West, but as one of the powers competing for and contending for the support and allegiance of a wider set of countries.
The president is expected to continue rallying support for Ukraine in his speech ahead of President Zelensky's address to the General Assembly later today. The United Auto Workers strike is entering its 5th day.
More negotiations between the United Auto Workers Union and the Big Three as workers picketed 3 Midwest plants. However, UAW President Sean Fain, in an online video, has announced that the union has set a Friday deadline for the companies to make significant headway on talks, or strikes will begin at even more facilities.
We're going to keep hitting the company where we need to, when we need to.
Workers are demanding from GM, Ford, and Stellantis better pay, pensions, a 4-day work week, and more job protections. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
A local report says the woman who ran a New York City daycare center for a 1-year-old died after he was exposed to fentanyl, called her husband and others before dialing 911. They could get rid of the drugs before police arrived. Still, Police discovered the opioid under a mat where children had been napping. City Health Commissioner Dr. Oshwin Vasin says investigators had visited the center recently, but drug surveillance isn't part of the program.
This, to date, has been out of the purview of these inspectors. And the incident that just happened maybe tells us that we need to make it in their purview.
Don't be surprised if you can't find some of your favorite cleaning products at the store soon. Clorox says a cyber attack last month caused widespread disruption of its operations, impacting product availability. Besides manufacturing bleach and Clorox wipes, the company also owns Burt's Bees, Glad, and Pine Sol. S&P futures up 6. This is CBS News.
You need to hire fast and hire right? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit. /credit.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Breaking news from near Washington, D.C. That plane carrying 5 U.S. citizens freed by Iran yesterday has landed at a military base in Virginia. Doctors in the UK have walked out en masse.
England's most senior doctors, called consultants, are beginning a 2-day strike today, with all other doctors staging a 3-day walkout tomorrow. It's the first such coordinated strike action in the 75-year history of the National Health Service. Hospitals will be open for emergency cases only. Hundreds of thousands of appointments, tests, and operations have been canceled. Although Britain's inflation rate is easing somewhat, the doctors still say pay and staffing levels have failed to keep up with rising costs and with rising demand for medical services. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
And our top story, once again, those 5 freed Iranian Americans back on U.S. soil. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Lincoln Broomer was 30 years old and recently got engaged.
The Biden administration is defending the deal.
Alicia, and we have another pretty new one, which is Montgomery Regional Airport, the MGM, Fly MGM cam as well. So lots of great views throughout our area. New information this morning on one of the suspects in that Dadeville mass shooting that happened back in April. That suspect was in court for an Aniah's Law hearing. Sherman Peters is 15 years old and one of 6 people charged in that shooting that left 4 dead, another 32 people injured. The judge in the hearing has not ruled yet on whether Peters will be eligible for the Aniah's Law, which would deny bond. But one team that shot that night says Peters should not be allowed out on bond.
I just feel like you shut your gun and you feel like you could.
Are a team of animated superheroes who help kids age 6 through 12 develop smart money habits in a fun way. BCS-Kids.com was created to channel this multimedia resource to kids everywhere. Buy a subscription for your loved ones, and each month they'll get a kit in the mail with an entertaining DVD, comic book, and activities. Digital subscriptions are also available. They'll also get access to an interactive website with a library of lessons, fun activities, and more. Want 20% off the monthly subscription cost? Visit BCS-Kids.com and enter the promo code CENT. It's the sensible, that's CENT thing to do. Subscribe today at BCS-Kids.com.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
I just can't help believing.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Boost Infinite. Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the insane, amazing wireless offer for Boost Infinite. To learn all about it, just pick up your phone, dial #250, and say Boost Infinite. That's pound 250 and Boost Infinite.
Another beautiful day on the way with humidity levels that are going to be very low and temperatures that'll be very tolerable, around 87 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So another nice day. Tonight will be comfortable again, low 60s, but these clouds will call it partly cloudy tomorrow, upper 80s. The humidity still low. And we've got more of the same, upper 80s Thursday, Friday, through the weekend with a good deal of sunshine and no chances for rain or storm.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now we're looking good. Your Tuesday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, northbound at Troy. Burlington is now open in Midtown Plaza. Burlington has clothing, shoes, home decor, toys, gifts, coats, and more. Burlington in Midtown Plaza, Ann Street off of I-85. Another great Clinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Tuesday. One of the suspects in the Fayetteville mass shooting last April was in court Monday. Sherman Peters is 15 years old and one of 6 people charged in the shooting, left 4 dead and more than 30 others injured. What happened at his Sweet 16 birthday party in Naples back in April. The judge hasn't decided if Peters will be ineligible for bond under Ania's law. New information in the capital murder case against the former Alabama basketball player Darius Miles. Miles is charged in the shooting death of Jamia Harris in Tuscaloosa back in January. His attorney filed a motion to suppress some of his statements. His attorney says investigators questioned Miles for 4 hours before reading his Miranda rights. WSFA 12 News and the Better Business Bureau teamed up for a free shredding event. It'll be Friday from 9 to noon at Eastville Mall. You can bring up to 2 boxes or bags filled with 50 pounds of documents. Consumer experts say destroying old documents is a great way to prevent identity theft.
Are you ready to tackle tough projects on your property with ease? Come see us at SunSouth. We're your one-stop destination for everything tractor related. And right now, you can cool off with huge savings on quality John Deere equipment, including available 0% financing for 84 months on popular models like the versatile 1023E tractor with loader. Deals like this can't last forever. Come see us at SunSouth. Equipment for those that do.
Restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires after 1/2024. Attention Gray Snows running are tired of bulky, leaky plastic pads made with harsh ingredients that irritate their skin. Attention Grace is set out to design the cleanest, highest performing incontinence products, and the difference is night and day. Women everywhere are switching to Attention Grace, a revolutionary line of skin-safe incontinence, liners, pads, and briefs that are tough on leaks, safe on skin, and gentler on the planet. Ready to upgrade your incontinence care? Attention Grace, now available at Walmart.com and 1,500 supercenters nationwide.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important. It is important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Paid for by Cordell and Cordell.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure, if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. Monogamously. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can get it with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the checkout counter. Works at over 70,000 pharmacies.
All right, it's Tuesday.
Walmart, Rite Aid, and
It's
Walgreens,
Tuesday.
and it
We're
works
here.
whether you have
We're rolling.
insurance or not. It's easy to save.
Feeling good.
Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com.
Got my new Apple Watch. Huh? That's right. I got my new Apple
Is
Watch.
the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solved.
All right, now I'm awake.
With Kevin Elkins
Time to rise and shine. And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, one more time, that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning. And if you're hearing me this morning, that means you got the wake-up call. Good for you and me and everybody else that heard the same thing. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high that will change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. Today, it is September the 18th. Today's daily bread is simply entitled The Red Dress Project. Wait a minute. Wrong day. Today is the 19th. That's what I thought. Okay. Again, it is September the 19th. Faithful but not forgotten is our daily bread for today. Our scripture insight today comes from Hebrews 11, 32 through 40. Hebrews 11 and 39 says, these were all condemned for their faith. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is September the 19th. It is a day like all the other days of the past that it's never been. And it is a day that once it is gone, it will never, ever come again. There's no do-over. You can't summon it from the past. You don't get a chance to come back and do all the things today that you should do that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, September the 19th, make sure while you can, for as long as you can, until you can't, reach back every once in a while and help somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah said, whatever you do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never, ever, ever give up. You never quit. Because quitters never win. And winners, while they may fail at a thing or two, they never quit. My mother said, put one foot in front of the other. Keep moving forward. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit. And keep knocking. Somewhere, somehow, a door will open. You just keep at it. And no matter what happens this day, no matter what it is, remember, it is a great day to be alive on top of the ground. One more time. Faithful, but not forgotten. That's our daily bread for today, September the 19th, 2023. We'll be back.
Hey there, and welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. Our reading titled, Faithful But Not Forgotten, was written by Leslie Coe. As he was growing up, Sean knew little about what it meant to have a family. His mother had died, and his father was hardly home. He often felt lonely and abandoned. A couple who lived nearby, however, reached out to Sean. They took him into their home and got their children to be big brother and big sister to him, which gave Sean assurance that he was loved. They also took him to church, where Sean, now a confident young man, is a youth leader today. Although this couple played such a key role in turning a young life around, what they did for Sean isn't widely known to most people in their church family. But God knows, and I believe their faithfulness will be rewarded someday, as will those listed in the Bible's Hall of Faith. Hebrews 11 starts with the big names of Scripture, but it goes on to speak of countless others we may never know, yet who were all commended for their faith. And the world, says the writer, was not worthy of them. Even when our deeds of kindness go unnoticed by others, God sees and knows. What we do might seem like a small thing, a kind deed or an encouraging word, but God can use it to bring glory to His name in His time and in His way. He knows, even if others don't. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Hebrews chapter 11, verses 32 through 40. And what more shall I say? I do not have time to tell about Gideon, Barak, Samson, and Jephthah, about David and Samuel and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdoms, administered justice, and gained what was promised, who shut the mouths of lions, quenched the fury of the flames, and escaped the edge of the sword, whose weakness was turned to strength, and who became powerful in battle and routed foreign armies. Women received back their dead, raised to life again. There were others who were tortured, refusing to be released so that they might gain an even better resurrection. Some faced jeers and flogging, and even chains and imprisonment. They were put to death by stoning. They were sawed in two. They were killed by the sword. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in the deserts and mountains, living in caves and in holes in the ground. These were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what had been promised, since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, please continue to show us the good works you've prepared for us to do. May we act selflessly out of our love for you and with a desire to be a vessel carrying your love to others. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen Tabor, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
It's time to rise and shine. No PT today. It's Tuesday. No PT. No PT. But hang loose. We'll do something else. I don't know why Sergeant Smith keeps thinking it's PT every day. Sorry about that, guys. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Anyway, it's time to rise and shine, people. It's time to get up if you can. Give the good Lord the heavy thanks this morning for still being on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Once I get morning to our fearless leaders of the city of Montgomery. I don't know how fearless they are, but we got leaders or representatives. Good morning to His Honor the Mayor, Stephen Reed. Good morning to the County Commission Chairman, Mr. Doug Singleton. Good morning to our men and women of uniform, the Montgomery Police Department, Daryl Abbott at the head. Good morning to the Montgomery Fire Department with Mr. Jordan at the head. Good morning to Aaliyah. Don't know who the hell is head of that, but I'm sure somebody is. Good morning to the Sergeant Major. Good morning to the Alabama National Guard. Good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base, and to all the people who come from all over the world to hear this great city of Montgomery to be taught by our best. I like to call them our top guns at Maxwell. And if anybody sees a C-141 out there, please let me know so I can come out there one more time and feast my eyes upon it. I'm just saying. Anyway, so good morning to you. Enjoy this day. Do something productive, something, anything. But don't be whining. Let me do that. Okay, I forgot one. Okay. Sanitation department. Even though I go there every other morning sometimes to drop somebody off to work, I say hi to the guys. They'll never say nothing to me. Okay? Never say nothing to me. I say, how y'all doing? And they look at me like I'm crazy. Think I'm on marijuana or something. Come on, y'all. Hey, I'm trying to make sure my man gets to work on time. Therefore, we get to do what we got to do. Can't believe they don't say nothing. They don't even say hi, nothing. I just hurt my feelings. And I still think it's a good idea to let people out of jail to go work for the sanitation department. I mean, hey, I'm just saying. Rather sitting down and eating for free. Let them earn that breakfast and pay them. I think they should be paid. Yeah, I do. But some of that money goes to their fines. Their motto is Semper Fidelis. But they couldn't pronounce that. So they had to break it down to Semper Fi, like 3 syllables. Okay, Semper Fidelis, that's 5 syllables, too many. Okay, but whether it's Semper Fi or Semper Fidelis, it all means the same thing. To a U.S. Marine, always faithful. I'd like to give me one of them white hats, though. I still look good in uniform, though. Yeah, come Veterans Day, I'm going to put one on. See what I look like. Go down to Fort Benning and get me a suit. And yeah, I think I'll go down to the go down to Fort Benning, which is called something else now. But hey, whether it's Benning or Bragg, they're always Benning to me and Bragg to me. I'm just gonna go on down there and see what's up. If I'm in uniform, my old beret down there, and I come back up here on Veterans Day and wear it all. Now I probably get stopped. If I take an airplane down there, I probably get stopped by TSA because all that metal on my chest, all the medals and stuff like that. But I'm saying I can deal with it. It's kind of like going to the Biscuits baseball game. I mean, the pitchers, a week ago, whenever that was, I flew that ball out, and the pitcher had to go to sick call because his hand was hurting. But hey, I told him I could do it. I told him I'd come down there with a flamer, okay? And I went down there and I flamed, okay, that ball. As a matter of fact, they had to go. Listen, this is what they had to do at the Biscuit Stadium. They had to go look at the camera and see if I actually threw the ball. So we had to slow the camera down, okay, so they could see the ball head toward the plate, okay. And all they saw me throw it, they saw the catcher fall down and grabbing his glove because his hand was broke. But that's okay, I mean, that's just one of the things that happen in baseball. Now, I hope they don't hold that against me. And sometime next year, I want to throw the ball out plus do the what do you call it, the thingamajigger that you sing the national anthem at the same time. See, I'm multi-talented. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the pair. Okay, I just want to let you know that. Yeah, I can do that, gentlemen. I'm gonna knock that out. So next year sometime, one day I'm gonna do the national anthem and throw the first pitch out, and hopefully the pitcher hand will be fixed by then. Okay. All right. Well, other than that, and the Biscuits are in the playoffs. I can't. And you okay? I'm not trying to take all the credit, but before I went out there and threw that first pitch out, that's a Sunday ago. They weren't looking too motivated. But when they saw me come out there on that mound and flame that ball, they all got motivated. And so thanks to Elkins, the Biscuits are now in the playoff. Okay, because I motivated them. They said, how can a guy with gray hair come on this mound and flame one just like that? It's a miracle. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, so as a matter of fact, I expect sometime between now and next year that there'll be a picture of me someplace at Biscuits Baseball Stadium. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking that. Okay, it ought to be. If it isn't, it ought to be. I'm just saying. So they'll never forget Elk Dogs when he came across the plate and flamed that ball in there to that catcher and broke the catcher's hand. I mean, as a matter of fact, on my way out there, they had fire trucks outside. The flames were so high coming from the guy's hand. Hope we got him to the hospital on time though, and we fixed that thing up. Okay, so there we go. So let me take a break right now because there's some jealousy going on in the city of Montgomery right now because the Elk Dog went to the Biscuits Park and flamed that ball. Okay, I'm just, as a matter of fact, it ought to be on TV. I thought Channel 12 was there to catch it, but I don't guess they were. All right, so let's take a break, and we'll be back. I'm just telling we'll be back, and we'll if you want to hear more. Well, first of all, we got and the other thing, but if you want to hear more about me flaming that ball, that's good. I'll be telling this story a long time. No, I don't mean telling the story. I mean telling the story of me and that great day on September the 10th, 2023, when me, a mere nobody, flames the ball across Biscuit Baseball Stadium. As a matter of fact, they had to slow the camera down. That's right. They had to slow the camera down and see the ball to make sure that I actually threw it. That had never happened before. Okay? I'm just telling you, never happened before. Because I'm the man. Now, just what a paratrooper can do. Okay? There's no task that is too great for us to handle. Now, let me take a break right quick. Come back with lessons of life and the word of the day and a few other things. I sure hope that picture's okay. It's just Murph. It's just, if it's hand in the cast, tell me I'll bring some Vaseline over there or something to bring this thing down. Anyway. I did say rub his hand, okay? Come on now. Woo!
Millions of Lavage users feel when they use powered suction to rinse out their noses every day, just like brushing their teeth. Once you're able to breathe, you never want to feel that. That's why so many people drink without Lavage. 100 tablets online. Feel different for yourself. Very Lavage will also help you feel relaxed and feel naturally without drugs. Start breathing with Lavage. Lavage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Eight members help great cannabis. What's your job?
Everything all right.
It's powerful to people from the experience. You get qualified candidates. So other companies might put a lot of pay. The smartest way to hire. You can try ZipRecruiter. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Join Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. It's the only morning show.
And we're back. Good morning. Hope that they find you well. Yeah, I just got the word that the preacher's hand is okay. I mean, not the preacher's hand is okay. I mean, the catcher's hand is okay. So, good job. Good job. Next time I'll have to slow the speed down in that ball a little slower than I was throwing it before. I don't want to injure anybody. Good thing I wasn't throwing a football. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine this morning. And first of all, say thank God for this day. It certainly was not guaranteed. Last night, somebody who was here yesterday is not here today. So that's why they call him the president. Good morning. All right. It is time for my most favorite part of the show. That's right. Lesson of life, LOL. That doesn't mean laugh out loud. It means lessons of life. And WOD, the WOD, which means word of the day. Now, the word of the day means capable of making mistakes or being wrong. I think that fits us all. I think we all are capable of making mistakes or being wrong. Okay, that's what that's all about. Okay, so what's the word? Well, the word is F-A-L-L-I-B-L-E. F-A-L-L-I-B-L-E. It is pronounced fallible, and we all are fallible. Okay, which means we're all capable of making mistakes or just being wrong. It is part of the human condition. So for the guy who thinks he's perfect, you're not. For the guy who thinks he always gets it right, you don't. Okay? So, fallible. Okay. Fallible. So now how do you use this in a sentence? For Mr. Jones, you're one of my best teachers. However, that does not mean that you're not fallible. Now he'll look at you. So what you just told him is that you ain't right all the time. So, but you did it in a nice, intelligent, respectful way, and no one can get angry about that. As a matter of fact, we ought to congratulate you for being intelligent in these wrongs often, but you didn't put it that way. So it's not necessarily what you say sometimes, it is how you say it. Okay? I'm just saying. So the word of the day is fallible, means capable of making mistakes or being wrong. If you are born a human being in God's green earth, that definition fits us all. Okay? Although it's rare in my case, but it does happen. All right? Now, lesson of life. I heard somebody say it's easy to be nice to nice people. It is. It takes no effort. It's kind of like the church sometimes. It's easy to take people in who present themselves as great Christians or great whoever they think they are. But then we turn around and we look angry and we look at disdain with people who don't fit our stereotypical attitude. Okay, we think we sometimes we put ourselves on a pedestal, and the problem with pedestal is that people fall off of it. So if there's a lesson of life that needs to be shared more often in our world today, it is this one: to be kind to unkind people. To be kind to unkind people. Why is that? Because they need kindness the most. There's a reason why people are unkind. There's a reason why people seem angry all the time. Maybe every once in a while, you, me, and everybody else, maybe we should stop for a second and ask them why. So be kind to unkind people because they need your kindness the most. Yeah. It's easy to be nice to nice people. Really, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. But it's not so easy when somebody comes at you in a very difficult way. So again, if the lesson of life today is be kind, I want you to practice this today, and you're going to see the shock on people's face. Be kind to unkind people. They need your kindness worse than anyone. Okay? I'm just saying. It is September the 19th. It is the 262nd day of the year. Okay? It was on this day in 2008, struggling to starve off financial catastrophe. The Bush administration laid out a radical bailout plan calling for a takeover of $500 billion or more in worthless mortgages or other bad debt held by foreign institutions. The lead investors set stocks soaring on Wall Street and above and around the globe. We just pump the momentum to it. 1777, the first battle of Saratoga was fought during the Revolutionary War. Although British forces succeeded in driving out American troops, the Americans prevailed in a second battle the following month. 1796, President George Washington's farewell address was published. It is America's first chief executive advice. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Even though someone will be peaceful if you all know. 1881, the 20th President of the United States, James A. Garfield, died 2.5 months after being shot by Charles Guiteau or something close to it. Chester Alan Arthur became president. The year was 1934. Bruno Hoffman was arrested in New York and charged with the kidnapped murder of a 20-month-old Charles A. Lindbergh Jr. Anybody remember that? 1970, the Mary Tyler Moore Show debuted on CBS TV. It was a good show, though. 1982 was the year. I'm in Germany. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Having a great time. And Ida Oberstein and yeah, Ramstein and all them places over there. Yeah, that's where I was. 82. The smiley emotion was invented by Carnegie Mellon University professor Scott E. Feldman, who suggested punctuating humorously intended for computer messages with colon and the colon followed by a hyphen and parentheses as a horizontal smiley face. 1985, the Mexico City was struck by a devastating earthquake that killed at least 9,500 people. 1986, there was again, yeah, headed to Hawaii. Yeah, have a great time. Yeah, headed to Hawaii. Again, that's when the thing came across the news about the, was that Endeavor? That's space shuttle. 1986, federal health officials announced that the experimental drug AZT, that is Alpha Zulu Tango, would be made available to thousands of Americans. Okay, with AIDS, AIDS patients. 1995 was the year the New York Times and the Washington Post published the manifesto of Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, which proved instrumental in identifying and capturing him. Hold on a second. And who is this? You know Ed. I mean, you know I don't take calls. I just answer the phone so you wouldn't keep calling. Come back next time we'll talk. All right then. 1996, IBM announced it would extend health benefits to the partners of its gay employees. 2001, the Pentagon ordered dozens of advanced aircraft to the Persian Gulf region of our as the hour of our military retaliation for deadly terrorist attack on September 11th grew closer. Of course, we're the only country in the world tell you we're coming. I don't know what's up with that one, but okay. I guess we have a sense of fair play. In the year 2004, Hu Jintao, however else you probably pronounce his name, became the undisputed leader of China with the departure of President Xi Jinping, okay, from the top military post. 14 years ago, Russia said it would scrap the plan to deploy missiles near Poland after Washington dumped planned missile field in Eastern Europe. Art Ferrante, 88, half of the piano duo Ferrante and Piker died in Florida. And 9 years ago, President Barack Obama signed legislation authorizing the military to arm and train moderate Syrian rebels fighting Islamic State militants in the Middle East. Shortly after President Obama and his daughter left the White House by helicopter, a man with a knife jumped the fence and made it into the presidential residence before being tackled. How do you do that? I don't have a clue. Omar Gonzalez, an Army veteran with mental issues. Yeah, he had, yeah. I don't doubt this guy had mental issues. I don't doubt. I mean, you've got to have mental issues to do that. And he was later sentenced to 17 months in prison. Like that helped his mental issues. He could go to VA. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba debuted as a publicly traded company and swiftly climbed nearly 40% on the mammoth IPO. I don't really know what IPO stands for. Initial public offering? I don't know. Maybe. I don't have any stocks. I got some stocks, but I don't have stocks. And I bought the same thing for me. 5 years ago, President Donald Trump visited North and South Carolina to survey the wreckage left by Hurricane Florence. Wanda Barzee, who had helped her then husband kidnap Utah teen Elizabeth Smart 15 years earlier, was released from prison. Smart said she was shocked and disappointed by the news that she would be free. Okay, you get that about sometime? interstate, they do something wrong, they got punished for it. You know, keep them there forever. All right. So that good Lord used that kind of thing. Yeah, good morning to you. Now, what days are we celebrating today? Well, it's the National Meow Like a Pirate Day. I don't know what that means, but that's what we're doing. And talk like a pirate. Shivery timbers, shimmery timbers, or something like that. Okay, I don't know what that means either. Aortic dissection awareness day. Okay, so aortic. I guess that's something in the heart there. Days of the glories of the Army. Chili's Independence Day. I don't know how worried about that. I should look at that. Okay, here's one I can handle though. National Butterscotch Pudding Day. I love butterscotch. Butterscotch is. We used to have this hard candy with butterscotch. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, but I love butterscotch. National Cat DNA Day. I don't know why I'm gonna worry about the DNA of my cat. I don't have a cat, but I know some cats. Okay? You know. National. I know a little bit about this one. Not as much as I like to know. I'm still learning. National IT Professionals Day. They make sure our computer systems run smoothly. Yes, we do. When you mess them up, okay? When you click on that email that you shouldn't click on, okay? Or when something pops up and say, "Oh, you get free this, you get free that," and then you go clicking on it, bam, that's it. Okay, I'm just saying, you might want, you might want to be careful. Now, on your computer, that's good, but don't do it on your company's computer. You're probably sorry. National Jew Day. Your name is Jew, then happy day. National Voter Registration Day. National Voter Registration Day brings Americans together over our mutual love of democracy, of our republic, okay, for which is stand. One nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. National Woman Road Warrior Day. Juggling housework, hectic work schedule, and still going to work and coming home and cooking some bacon up. Yeah. Women are special breed. They really are. Women are special breed. Okay, what else I got going on here now? Okay, let me see what else is going on. Oh, here's one. Now I was going through my Facebook thing this morning, and I noticed that William Boyd pops up. William says, "First, I want to give our Father thanks for allowing me to come home to my family after what happened to me last tonight. Someone, according to William, someone in power put out a drug setup on him." He said, "Can I have more information? That I got more information that I will not disclose. However, I must say that politics is a dangerous sport." So I asked the question, says William, who will want me off the street for the rest of my life? And who would benefit from me being locked up? This is what I have been told. One black SUV, two white officers, and one black in a suit in the back seat. So with that being said, who has the power to do such a thing and why? Now, if what he says is true, I wonder who would do such a thing too. Interesting. Well, maybe William will call us and tell us what happened sometime next time. I don't know. Hallelujah. Well, that drug game is something dirty. Isn't that drug game something dirty? I mean, we're going to take what the good Lord made, like some marijuana. It's herb, just grows in the ground like pepper, like cabbage and greens and stuff like that, like watermelon. Yeah. See, I got a thing. I believe that sooner or later they're gonna say watermelon gets you high. Okay? They're gonna say that. They're gonna say watermelon has THC. Then they're gonna outlaw watermelon. Now I tell you, if you outlaw watermelon, I'm going to jail. I'm going to get me a piece of that red stuff. They're going to do it. It's herb, made just like marijuana. Marijuana is made. It's a natural substance. It's just made out of that. I mean, how can you put people in jail for growing something that God gave us the ability to grow? Okay, seriously, we are putting people in jail for growing marijuana. It's one of God's things. I mean, why do we put people in jail for that? Now, I can understand if you changed it somehow, sprayed it with fentanyl or things of that nature. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. But just for growing marijuana, we really want to, an herb that's in the ground. Do we really? Okay. Honestly, I mean, really, that ought to be that ought to be there ought to be some sort of law that says you cannot put people in jail for growing what God gave us. Okay, that's like I don't know what else grows in the ground. A lot of things grow in the ground. What about rice? What if I figure out there's a certain kind of rice that gets rather high? Are we going to make rice illegal? Hmm? I'm just some of the things we do in this country is just absolutely amazing. I can understand it if you try to change the property. I'm with you on that. Like spraying with THC, or if you, I don't know where THC comes from. I guess it comes from, listen, if the good Lord, evidently the good Lord wanted us to have it because it's out there. It's out there. We've got it all this glory to be grown. I still don't even know what a marijuana plant looks like. I don't even know. But it's the ones I see on the internet. You know, 'cause I've never smoked it yet. But I thought about it. But I have a hard enough time thinking without marijuana. So I'm just going to leave marijuana alone. Okay, it's an herb. I mean, it is a matter of fact. Back in the day, my brother used to call it some of that herb. You know why you said maybe I didn't know what he was doing, but I just said, man, why would you breathe? Then again, I figured, okay, breathing would get rid of it and you would get high. I just never did it. But I got my own. I mean, I was Coca-Cola. I've been a Coca-Cola addict. I've been an addict. And it's been a long journey trying to get off of them. I'm not totally off of them yet, but I'm a long way from 10 or 15 a day I used to drink. So we all got something that got us. And Coca-Cola was my drug of choice. And milk. Okay? Until I found out a couple weeks ago that milk constipation. And then, well, let me do this way. I was wondering sometimes why things work the way they do, so or don't work the way they do. So now I'm down to 1 gallon of milk a week. It was 2, but I'm 2 now. You know, these things are hard to give up. I mean, I love milk. I mean, the 18 that BA Baracus don't have nothing on me. Because you give me some milk and I am I mean I would man I would whew, I fight you for some good milk. And chocolate milk, let's not even go there. Okay? Chocolate milk, listen, I will hurt you over some chocolate milk. Okay, I will not hurt you. Yeah. We'd be fighting, scrapping on the ground. But anyway, so much for those things. I don't understand how we can put people in jail for things that God gives us to grow. One of these days, I would imagine that they're going to put people. Why don't we? Here's what we ought to do. As soon as somebody figures out how to smoke grass that's in the front of your house, okay, as soon as we figure out how to do that, it's going to be over. The whole drug war is coming to an end. Okay? So here's what I'm thinking. When you cut the grass today, it turns brown anyway. After you cut it, put it in the oven, okay? Bake it a little bit, smush it up a little bit, put some salt and pepper on it, whatever you got to do, and smoke it. And then sit outside. I want you to go outside and then roll down the windows of the car and let the man see you smoking. Now he gonna swear him down. It's never joke. But we know that it's regular grass. So when you say this is grass, you won't be lying. This will actually be grass. Okay? I mean, it's an herb. I don't know if it's an herb or not. What's an herb? I don't know. I guess grass could be sort of like an herb of sorts. I mean, grass like an herb. What's an herb anyway? H-E-R-B, herb. I don't know what it is anyway. So what makes marijuana an herb and regular grass not? I don't know. But anyway, I've never tried it. But one of these days, I'm gonna smoke some just to see how it all works out. So if I don't make it to work one day, and if I'm not up, if the good Lord ain't called my name, that's because I'll be home toe up for the flow up. My son keeps telling me that I need to drink a beer. I'm scared of beer. I think beer would be I never drank alcohol my whole life. I'm gonna get this on these things. But I got to make sure I hide the keys so I can't find them. So I don't really get out because I've never been drunk before. I never know what it feels like. So I'm sorry about to hide the keys from them, so I do not know where they're. Okay. That way I won't get high and think I can go up the street and have a good time. I'm just okay then. Well, listen, that's enough for my procrastination at the moment. Hey, my guest today, I mean, it's supposed to be DeMarcus. Yeah, I know. I like him. He's a Democrat. So we'll be back. Uno momento. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco momento.
I'm Kevin Rodriguez. All Iranian Americans are back on U.S. soil the day after they were freed by Tehran. Plus, we get Kathy McCormick about our story. They arrived before dawn at a military base near the nation's capital, greeted by friends and family. They were accompanied on the flight by U.S. Special Presidential Envoy Roger Carstens.
On behalf of the President of the United States and the Secretary of State, it's an honor to be the first to welcome you back to the United States of America.
Administration's billions of dollars in production assets and raised a small office here in the U.S. Plus, Moscow today to appeal for the extension of his detention on espionage charges to November 30th. Everyone could smile from inside a glass cage as the U.S. ambassador looked on. No date's been set for his trial. He's the first American to face espionage charges in Russia since 1986, when a correspondent for U.S. World Report was arrested by the League. Russian officials will be at the United Nations this morning. President Biden addressed the General Assembly.
Yeah, hey, birthday is birthday.
Is a former UN
Technology. Yeah.
No, I hate when I'm talking to a microwave. Yeah, just give me the name and the birthday. I got to list all of my birthdays.
I know something that it becomes a big advantage for her. Oh, yeah. Now, the initial point, I don't know. That's a lot of groceries. Oh, they go. I know. And what's really crazy is I like she said, that's just like this. Just like this. They come down and bug her, Mom, can I? It's like he's sitting right there. Like, ask him. Because they know mommies will give in quicker than dad. Yeah, I keep telling her, I said, the company can be the yes. For you, it's greater than, yeah. They said, no. I said that too the whole time. She could make like a funny like, well, at least if everybody did the right thing, when they get when y'all get older, just say send you $50 a month, all of them send you $50 a month, Social Security. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey, somebody say mother. Yes. Oh, man, I'm not doing that. Oh, well, we did it with you. Yeah, we did it with you. Yeah. Oh, man, so what is it? Down there. Hey. He complain about. We just did what we had to do. I just put my leg way up in the air. Almost open. You can't do this. Laughing now. They're good kids. Yeah, I bet that. I like to meet them. It's a lot of them, so if you can see them all in this room, it's gonna feel like a booth. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, let's do Zoom. Yeah. Let's do Zoom. Oh, the oldest. 22 in October. Oh, you got some older kids. I'm not thinking about kids walking around. No. 21, 20, 16, 14. That's one. Oh, eight. Yeah, eight kids in third grade. You do know how that happened. Yeah. I mean, I don't have that. I don't buy that. But I tell you, one thing I love about kids is that they give you exactly what you give them. You know, they give you unselfish love. Like that one car. If you treat the car, if you don't maintain the car, they're going to deteriorate. So, you maintain it, keep it up with them, the oil change. Whatever that means. Yeah, whatever that means. You know, I try to give them what my grandmother gave me, the discipline, the structure, responsibility, whatever. But at the same time, my wife she'll tell you the minute that I spoil them. So that's what I do. I give them both. But you got it right. You got it. They have to know balance. Yeah. Right. They have to know the parameters of everything. Yeah. So far, it's working. It's doing pretty good. I know I complain a lot of times about reading time, walking with kids, and it takes away from the kids who fathers who go out there doing the best they can. Yeah. They're just reading about it. Yes. I tell people there's a difference between being a father and a dad. Right. Father is biological. If you give the sperm to produce the baby, you're a father. But a dad, that's a relationship. You just too many of our kids just don't know that. That's what I grew up. I had some hate. I would say my our dad was not the type of guy where he was a DNA father. You had to make him a part of your life. So I had to make him like, hey, you're going to do this. Hey, this is what's going on with me. Hey, how you doing? I would make him a part of my life, but he just wouldn't voluntarily do it. So when he passed, I have all these memories of us, but my brother has a lot of regret. And I said, hey, because I understand he was supposed to be the one to make that yeah. But sometimes you got to be. Well, we don't have an example. But I'm pretty sure he didn't have an example. Right. So he didn't know. But he's a good brother to his boys. He got 3 boys now, so he's good. So yeah. You were trying to keep it. They live here in Montgomery? No, they're that's because I never had it. Might be some one day. I knew you're gonna bring some new listeners to the people want to hear you. Are we gonna talk about it? No, I don't know. Here's the time
I don't know you didn't listen to me.
You're supposed to tell people you're being on there.
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, people, we are back. Good morning to you. Now, my resident Tuesday guest is here. I don't know how long we're going to keep this up. Once he can stand me, I guess, because, I'm a little different than most people. DeMarcus, say good morning.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, pretty good. Now, you can find Marcus, if he has his Facebook page called One Rant. One Rant. RANT. Pick it up. It's the number one. The numeral one. Excuse me. Morning Rant. It's the RANTS. And it puts out a different perspective. What's been going on since you here? What's on your mind?
A lot has been going on with Donald Trump and the January 6th investigations and Mitt Romney getting pushed out of the GOP. A lot has been going on this week. Last week also.
Well, okay. Romney needs to go.
Romney, okay.
I like him, but he needs to go.
Why does he need to go?
Because he's really not a. Not that I care.
I hear that a lot.
Not that I care. But he is not a team player.
He's a rhino. That's what you're gonna say.
Right. He's not a team player.
I'm so sick of Republicans saying when they don't agree with Trump, they're a rhino.
No. I don't agree with all things Trump do.
That's what I'm saying. Like some of the diehard MAGA people, they say if McCain was a rhino, Romney was a rhino. All right, it's funny
because their philosophical actions seem to coincide with the Democrats' actions more than they do, quote unquote, the conservative actions. Now, I personally don't get. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but if somebody put a gun in my head, and say pick one, I'm going with the Republican because they are closer to what I think I believe. But again, it's the formula. It may be correct, but the formulators may be wrong. Yeah. Okay. So the formula, the conservative formula, is good for people if they adhere to it. Not all the conservatives are good for people. The conservative formula. The formula is self-discipline. That's what it is. Everybody needs it. Not all of it. Some of it. The ability to not bother people and their success. What Democrats have been doing often philosophically is to punish you for success. Like all I hear Biden talking about, we need to take more money from rich people. Well, rich people hire poor people like me. I don't know what that means, but I know one thing: it is not right for me to take your money and give it to somebody who don't have it. Not right for me to do that. You work. When I started my little business, I mean, I'm out there running the streets every day, getting throughout the building, passing off flight door. Nobody came and said, "Oh, let us help you." That whole group of people who complained about rich people didn't come when them folks were poor and said, "Let me help you." But all of a sudden now you got a little head up in life, and now everybody wants to punish me for being successful. That's what she did. Me? Yeah. Not paid into it. Okay. I still paid into it. And so they give us 1974.
We don't care about socialism, but don't talk to
No. They take they take money from you, hold it for you, and then dispense
you need more from Social Security than what you put in.
Not yet.
What you do?
Well, I ain't got it. Wait till I get that money.
And I can go look at the numbers. There are more Republican states pulling money from the federal government than they give it to the federal government.
You've got to be about 90-something years old before you start getting more money than you put into it. And even now, a lot of folks are working part-time, still putting money into it. I'm still putting money into Social Security.
Our children, I would give you this: that government don't know how to manage it. I'll repeat this. I don't think you're free.
Where's the treasury? The treasury?
Yeah.
They can print some more money.
That's when you deflate the value of the money. But there are Republican states out there. There are lots of Republican states out there that siphon off money from the federal government. They give for every $4. Yeah. I'm not a good seller, but places like California and New York, they give in more to the federal government than what they give back. Places like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, some of the Republican states that are throughout the country, they take back more in benefits from the government than what they give.
Well, that's what your mouth say. I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact, but I've heard that. I've heard that rumor. But again, all the money and taxes that they do confiscate from us. I don't know how anybody can say that. I mean, first of all, government doesn't produce any money. We do. They print it, but they don't produce. That's what we do. Right. So any money that they have comes from us. All of it.
Okay, so you're right. You're right. But what I'm saying again, what I'm saying is there are Republican states who took off the civil prison and put us by your bootstraps, but they're still taking money from the federal government. There are, like Marjorie Taylor Greene voted against infrastructure projects, but then she went to bed because a new broadband system or a new grid is coming to the district. She voted against the money that she's bragging about.
Well, I'll have to look at that. I think it is the intent of what people want to do with the money that bother Republicans sometimes, not necessarily the money. Like here in Alabama, the governor came up with a school in Birmingham to satisfy the LGBTQ, whatever they are, community. So we come up with a school. I forgot the name of the school up there. But why is the government getting involved in that? Why are we giving tax dollars to things like that? If people are that concerned about it, let them come up with their own private school and do what you want to do.
I don't know about it. Yeah, I did hear about it. Taking millions from education funds on some water project. Why should take money from the funds?
Much of that money in the water. They was going to give $20 million. They turned, by the time they got down to us, it was $5 million. So it's not that much money in that school.
But still, private business should do their own private thing. Why should we elect the $5 million to a commercial water park?
Why should we?
And then we got to pay to go to it.
Wait a minute. Why should we give people free stuff? That's free money. You didn't get your own job. Like everybody else did. I'm just saying, 18-14-40, some over here. Good morning, who's this? Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, man. I ain't a guest no more. He's my road dog on Tuesday now. So. So let me make sure I understand that somebody came to your office that you didn't know every day on the guise of. Mm, okay. Okay. So you believe, right? So I can get the right. But I'm just saying, right. So somebody came up to your. Let me try to clarify. Somebody came to your place of business, and upon their leaving, they left behind uh, a bag of drugs. I assume, from your perspective, so they can entrap you um, for having, and then there's so many. You can have such a certain amount of drug, they consider you to sell them. Right, right. Mhm. I mean, but you know the individual, right? You know who the individual was. Okay. Mm, mm. All right. Appreciate it. All right. Appreciate it.
Oh, wow.
Well, that is kind of unusual. But again, I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do know one thing there. People will set you up. People will do that to you. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, yes. Hey, good morning. How you doing?
That's another Marine.
Okay. Okay. What's going on over there?
That's good. That's good. Y'all can't pronounce it with the daily. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. No, no, okay. Mhm.
I blame all Republicans. I blame all Republicans. They all of the they did it. Whatever you're saying, they did it.
Okay.
Okay, done, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can you give me listen, can you just give me a name of one? Are they still alive? Okay. All right. So I assume this person is still alive. Okay, well let me regurgitate my pattern now. You got me. Yeah, y'all got me confused with them. So yeah, yeah. Although I have, I've actually changed my mind on some things when it comes to the Republican Party. But I appreciate it. We'll be back after this. What was that? What, what was that? Somebody leaving cocaine at a at a car dealership? Conspiracy theory about school? But no, I gotta tell you, I used to put these kinds of things and say, yeah, they kind of off the water. I'm just not surprised with anything. Wow. I'm just not. The first guy was a mayoral candidate, right? He was at one point, not this time. Not this time. Okay. Wow. So, hey guys, I'm sorry. I got Facebook Live over here. I got YouTube, TikTok Live over here. I thought that you just had two YouTube conversations. One was he had a car dealership here. And apparently he doesn't work there, but he owns it. And then somebody showed up like they was gonna buy a car, but what they really had was a bag of drugs that they was gonna try to leave behind. But he got like an ID and some other information. I don't know what's going on with that. And then the next guy called and he's a former Marine, and he starts talking about how the school systems, the private school systems, the medical school system, he was like, I'm like, that's just two straight calls. And I'm looking at him and like, you got to cut these guys? Why they keep it like that? Hey, wait a minute. Sorry about that. My wife just texted me. She said, tell Kevin to come over to the Democrat side. I'm not sure she's watching me, but she's watching the program. But when you come back, we'll get back into some other conversation with Kevin Elkins, Elk Dog, he's the black conservative here in my brother, that radio station, news radio from 240. So you only hear the radio, you only hear the phone call. His help already good. If you want to hear the phone call, you got to tune in to news radio from 240. So you can hear the actual phone call. Or download that. Or download that. Which is the same thing, news radio from 240. Yeah, I'm trying to fill everybody in on what they come to this. Come on, like I said, thanks. But yeah, a lot is going on. I've done a lot of TikToks over the last week. I've done a lot of TikToks over Trump and how Trump out of the party, you know, the vote. I think I got a video of now. I know it's on Facebook, but I'm not sure if it's yet. So because when I left the house, TikTok still loads. I gotta go because I did a video. So if there was none of that, guys, after I leave here, I have to leave here, run to my kid's school because he didn't put his phone inside the yonder pouch. So they took his phone on Friday, and I got to go get it back today between 8 and 10. So when I leave here, I got to run there to get that. Then I have to go to my actual job and do that. And when I'm back, I got to log in and do school work for the professor. So I stuff like that. Yeah, right now I'm just having fun with Updog here. So I'm a professor too. Professor of Bravo, Bravo Sierra. Professor, yes, a professor of Bravo Sierra. Me too. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, "What's another story in Chocolate City?" Yeah.
So the mayor, emailed me yesterday. Mayor. So the tape came out a few months ago. Right. I did a TikTok on that this video as well. And I got an email came from the council. And I said, hey man, this so I gave this long diatribe. I try to do stuff, that's it. So he comes back with looking for your email, have a nice day. This all again. Okay, that's what I would have done. Right. So he went, I emailed him back. And he just emailed me yesterday. Thank you for having a nice day. Like, yeah, I gave it to you. And we are back. Good morning, everybody. Hope to stay fine. You well. A lot of things talked about today. I don't know, but William brought his story to us this morning. And interesting story. I'm taking the call. Yeah, actually got about a couple other things. Good morning. Yes. Morning. Yeah. Okay, right here. And he'll just be replaced with somebody else. So I mean. It's a thing. It's the whole. It's the same guy. It's the whole. Like legalized drugs. Mm-hmm. So why I got to that? Why I got to come to City Hall? Okay, so we're already selling alcohol. Wait, we're already selling alcohol to the drunks. Yes, they do. I don't think I can help. What is going on today? Oh, we just yeah. In theory, it sounds good. It sounds rational and reasonable, but yeah.
No, 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 can't say that I do. Okay. Yeah. I got you. I'm feeling. I'll think about it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Man. I'll think about it. Brilliant. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. You're talking, so I'm up now. He's done. Yeah, he left. Yeah, he left. Yeah, I'm Charles. I'm Charles. Okay then. It's an interesting one. Okay. Interesting one. I'm doing fine. I think we. Now, wait a minute. How do you know he was a Negro? Oh, oh, the
Whoa.
odds are.
Whoa.
The odds are. See, you. That's the same question. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the world's got a lot of evil people. Yeah. Yeah. You guys must have been taking up for this all last night. I got to somebody. When we come back, let me get into something. I've been meaning to bring something up on the last couple of months. I haven't had an opportunity to do it, but I'm going to do it. Hopefully next hour. Can't get it. That'll take me places sometimes that I just don't know. However, when we come back, DeMarcus, let's talk about our current political situation. Now, let's keep it local to Alabama. And is our political structure the way it is now? Is it really? I'm not going to make excuses for black folks and think about color, but it does seem I have been in this city for 32 years, and I have not seen, except for a couple of people, the upward mobility that a representative government is supposed to bring to all of its citizens. Black folks, for the most part, have not really benefited from this. I believe in it. We believe in it. But also, I can't not believe what my eyes tell me. And what my eyes tell me, now they're talking about coming up with a second congressional district. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if we put a bunch of folks in the second congressional district, you know what you're going to have? A second congressional district with folks. How is that going to raise the bar of expectation of black folks? How is that going to endear most schools in America that are downtrodden, that are lacking the intellectual tools in order to uplift themselves? Most of them, matter of fact, I would say the predominance of them are in black communities. Why is that? Show that though. Wow. Because I'm beginning really to believe that the Republicans have agreed to oh yeah, our people, our people just, and we're the only people in the world that get happy when somebody else gets rich. Oh, he got a contract for $10 million. Hey, that's gonna help you. This country is built on nothing becoming something. Right? Exactly. Exactly. So when somebody makes it, and of course you're gonna say that you want to be with people. So that doesn't help you though. Right? If Shaquille O'Neal making $400 million don't help me at all. No, but the fact that Shaquille O'Neal came from nothing to $400 million, that helps. That can help. And the people who buy the products and the things that they sell are the people who know. Now that's a personal choice in the market. If I got someone in the market that you're not, I believe there's a social. I believe there's in America amongst poor folks. And I'm one of them, so I didn't realize that it's a menage. But there's a social construct that limits the intellectual ability of certain people, economic classes in this country. I gotta believe that. I just gotta believe it. I don't believe that we actually access our mental ability to reason after a certain while. Why in hell would a poor guy go spend $400 on a pair of tennis shoes, stand in line for the tennis shoes, and then beg money for gas? Yeah, we talked about around the world. Yeah, I think we talked about this before. You have the poor, the middle class guys, and the rest. Because the poor, when they get $5, they get $10. They're gonna spend it. Because I got $10 in the credit. I have to spend it because I don't know when I'm gonna get another $10. I need to get this, I need to get these shoes, I need to get that. I have to do it.
But then you have the middle class who are more or less moderate in their spending. They're still going to get a nice car or a nice TV or whatever, but for the most part, they're going to save, they're going to get the kids clothes, they're going to get the need first, and they get it for them. Then you have the wealthy who've already spent all the money that they budgeted for. They still got more money. So what do? They invest. They say, okay, I'm going to let my money work for me. Those are the three economies that have this country. And why would a quote unquote poor person be able to spend $400? Is because they want the illusion of being rich without the actual financial concrete, without the financial access to being rich. So if you look at somebody like Jay-Z, the rapper Jay-Z, when he first started rapping, he go back to the 80s, 90s, he had gold chains everywhere. Probably wasn't rich at all, had gold chains everywhere. But now he worked to, if not a billion or over a billion, and he's blessed because the mindset changes. You get around people with knowledge and more access, and you start to develop and grow and mature. That goes for all of us. And when you got poor people surrounded by other poor people, there's no, for the most part, there's no guiding principle to say, hey, I can do better. So I think that's what it is. Not like it's
Deion Sanders, if he hasn't done anything, he's done the one thing that most of us who've ever been to school, ever been challenged by him, have understood. The way to be successful in this field doesn't guarantee it, but discipline and a lot of hard work. Whether it's academic or general labor, no matter what it is, for some reason, in our communities all over this country, hustle. Well, also means I'm going to do whatever I can, that legal or illegal, get it done, get me some money. That's what hustle means. So it ain't working. This ain't working. All the bad schools in our communities are in black communities. All of them. Why is that? How do you think it is? Because I know why it is. All right, hey, for a couple, for a couple, 20 years ago, we started an organization, nonprofit organization, called Youth Leadership Corps. And it's a unique concept of dealing with our social issues, some of our personal issues in our communities. And I'll be asking people here in the next week, but you can go, we did put it on the Facebook page, YLC Youth Leadership Corps. And I'm going to look at it and give me some thoughts. But I am going to be looking for about 4 people to sit on a board. Tough people. I don't want no wussers. I want people who believe in accountability to me, to everybody else who's involved with this thing. I'd rather have people military experience, but we had great leaders in the civilian world too. So we can take some of those too. But I need 4 people to sit on this board. It's called YLC. There's a Facebook page we put out for it, so you can learn a little bit about it. I haven't done. Anyway, it's called Youth Leadership for Homeschool Community. It is a way to deal with our social construct by those 3 pillars. And the pillars of our society is home, education, school, okay, and the community. Because if you lack either one of those, okay, you lack. It's like making a steak look good, but don't put no salt and pepper on it. Okay, it's bland and has a bland taste. We need to cook the meal that everybody wants to have a piece of. And the way we do our taste stuff, and when we do that. But anyway, if you go to Facebook, it's YLC Youth Leadership Corps, and we're going to. I'll explain it one month. I don't have time this morning to explain it, but we will be taking up donations, stuff like that in the community. To have it's a concept that has never been used in the civilian world anyway, but it is we have a record of accomplishment. The construct is absolutely fantastic. What we're trying to do, and not there are enough nonprofit organizations around enough to go around, but nobody's ever done what we're trying to do. Never been tried. And The Boy Scouts, the good organization, but the Boy Scout culture arm and leg to be part of. And poor folks can't, we don't have that kind of money. So what we're doing, it's kind of, well, I'll explain to you Friday. I'll explain to you Friday. But anyway, go to YLC Youth Leadership Corps. I'll be putting more information on it in the coming days to tell you what the structure looks like. And it should work. It should work. We involve our colleges, we involve our community, and we involve people. There's a group of people who have shown leadership ability, and that's military folks. It's time to re-up. It really is. Don't just come home, grab the check, and age is not the older you are, the better. Because age represents food. We're going to talk about that's old food. They are, but they're more wise than old. You cannot be a fool your whole life and get old too. So what I'm getting at, we may do foolish things. Yeah. But the military are a bunch of elite people who have led people in a leadership role, some in much higher roles. And why not take advantage of all of that leadership skill? Why you sitting home on? Okay? It is time to re-up, to learn to teach our young men and women the ways of old, which worked. Ways of old, which worked. Well, I'll be talking more about it. So if you're interested, you can go to our YLC page and please put on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. We don't have a regular website yet, but we do got a Facebook page, the YLC Youth Leadership Corps. And we'll explain it to you as the days go by how this works. It's going to take a lot of work, but it is an organization that at some point we plan to pay the kids a stipend, not a lot. Something like upward bound, Right, yeah, I would say that. Yeah, upward bound. But my son is an outstanding program. Don't pay a lot, but when you broke, anything you get is better than what you got. Yeah. So we're going to pay the kids too. Not again, a little stipend, something. That's something to put something in your pocket at some point. But anyway, 8-14-40. Now we asked the question a little while ago, and I do have one. Well, let's give an email address at YLCORPS at gmail.com. Okay, ylcorp@gmail.com. Also, I put it on the Facebook page. We asked the question. Good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. How you doing, sir? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to talk about that. That's a little bit more than my time. When we come back next hour, but I had actually changed my mind philosophically on a lot of things that I have believed for years. Philosophically, I still believe in the formula, just not the formulator. Yeah. Yeah. I got to let you go. Time's up. We'll be back. I believe in the philosophy, not the philosopher. I got a plan. I got a plan. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm doing with YLC. Here's what I'm doing. what we're gonna do, we're only gonna take 15 kids. The initial start 15 kids. What we're gonna do is up here will be a college student, and he'll have 4 kids to his not supervision, but to his care. That'll be his squad. Right, pretty much. Okay, 4 around town. Now above these, and the reason why we want to use a college kid is that we better to talk to kids in school and to relate to them, except these kids right here. We use those, we're gonna use those. And above these, just like regular notes, above these, there's gonna be a cadre of older people that this guy here can reach out to, and its only job is to make contact with kids at least once a week. Telephonically, whatever the case may be, and make a report. It only takes up, and then send that report up the chain. So if that child should get in a situation, we have information of the things he's been doing, the good things he's been doing, and he just made a mistake. When you go to a courtroom with a child, you got these things in front of you. You're not being a bad kid. Right. So the squads, I call them youth groups. The youth group will have a squad leader, which would be this college kid right here. But above that college kid, it's old school, former military folks and former leaders who you can access with the texting. I figured out to use the technology to better. There should not be a kid that goes to school that needs help and don't get it. With all of us up here who had the ability to lead young men, young women, and kids, young ladies and young men, that they in the problems they come up with, we ain't heard of. Right. Okay. And those retired military who can mentor those students. Exactly. And they can all go to the courthouse. Yes. It's like S2, S3, and 4. Right. We're all part of the same battalion, a group, but we do different jobs. Right. Yeah. And what these people down here, but these people, the young guys, they need a group of people that can handle any problem that they have. Yeah, people that keep their eyes. The college students meet with them once a week. So right. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go to that club. Right. And his job, if that ain't working, then reach up to one of us. Right. And we're going to have ID cards. And my thing is if you walk into a place with this ID card, they know you're trying to live a good life, I'm going to try to work where you get a discount on something. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that discount is. And it looks just like military. Right, yeah. So they'll look like they're special because they got this ID card. Right. You know what it is? Yeah. So it's going to be a long haul, but yes. But I think I started 20 years ago, but the problem was I had so many men who said, I ain't going to cut a trip. But he can't be part of us if you look like a human. No, every time I'm slow down. Why would you put their hair? Because why does the military put our hair when we go on? Well, they're trying to strip off who you were. Exactly. Because who you are ain't working. But in 2023, that's again, the military's still doing that. So I would say you're going to turn down a lot of kids because of their hair. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do we raise the standard for them, or do we go down to their standard? No, we bring them to ours. But you have to meet them where they are. And that's good, but this ain't church. This ain't church. However, I did soften my stance and I said, okay. I realize you guys don't look like, but he's just probably looking like an idiot with the calls you hit. People judge you by the way you look. People judge me. They don't even know me. Like you'll be surprised how many people I'll tell them this. I'm a adjunct professor. What really? Not really. But I know your record, and therefore I don't have a problem believing that. No, but some people, I'm on base. And they say, hey, what are your pieces? Oh, he's wait a minute. What makes you think I wouldn't be? Well, because you anyway. Well, but again, there has to be a standard, and that standard has to be adhered to. It ain't for everybody. There's some Marines, there's some Army, there's some Air Force. It ain't for everybody, but I think the way you look matters. You get judged by the way.
You're absolutely right. Let me tell you this. This is what I mean when I say you can really I have a bachelor's degree, right? And right now I'm teaching freshman students, I'm teaching dual enrolled students. Do I teach them on a master's level? Or do I meet them at their level and bring them to my level? That's why you got the small.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah, you got the small dudes.
And therein lies, and again, that's why I said, let's put, okay, but you got a great point. That's why we have that group because even I don't know where they either. So we listen to each other.
Right, and those high school small leaders or whatever, those youth leaders, they're in a transition.
Exactly.
I can talk to you, not to relate to them.
Right.
So I can take their vernacular. It's okay, but this is what you need.
Yeah. And I got that. And that's why old school, our job won't be to really interact with them except in a counseling or supervisory position. Because we, as a matter of fact, it's going to be like, that none of us in the company should ever get to meet Sergeant Major.
And that's the problem. You mean something that's
right. That's the problem. I know. So we're just going to be there for backbone and support, right, of the folks down here. I got it something like 15 kids to start with, and it's good. I think it will work if I can get some help of doing it. It ain't no sense to take all that leadership, all that time in the military, going there, deployment, in everybody else's country.
Not right. Well, I agree with that.
Yeah. It's going to be. I need a good Marine on my board, so I'm gonna put you on it. Although you got an Army yourself.
I understand that.
Ain't ready for the Marines yet? Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Only 4 more people on the board.
I'm pretty sure you get it around here.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get the whole structure together before I
go out there and well, and a lot of you're right, the college schools, a lot of schools, they're looking to get a job and get a resume. So get a volunteer for a week, you get a resume.
Anyway,
keep it out there.
Right. But the whole thing's communication. You got to communicate. You got, and everybody's got something. Everybody's got it. So, I couldn't reach them. You can text, and if you text somebody, there's a record of sending a text. So either way it goes, and every 3 months or so, we get together as a group and do something. Right.
And talk about our
right. And things like that. It's not a new concept. It is just one that has never been tried. It's called homeschool community. It's never been tried.
Is this your brain thought?
Yeah. I mean, the concept is from a military standpoint. Yeah. We're just going to tweak things to fit us and not rhyme it. Even and everybody's going to have a little rank structure thing. But we're going to take our military thing and turn them upside down.
Yeah. Okay.
So that people, I want you to be able to identify leadership when you see it. Not yes, not always. Like I told myself, if there's 3 people on, but 2 people walking down the street on a military base, somebody in charge. Somebody in charge.
And in most cases, you can tell who's in charge.
You can tell. Most cases,
they ain't got to say it.
My kids are really, the leadership is really involved. I'll put you on that camera. I'm staying.
I got guest place. I'm just maybe she's
That's interesting. I'm going to show something like that. You'll find it interesting. If nothing else, we can help us to advisement. I'm old school. Sometimes old school stuff works, and sometimes it don't. Right? But you're right about that. If you don't bring in young, just because you got a master's degree, you don't bring them in. Right on that level. Right. But you bring, but because you're at that level, you can bring them from here to here. I've been there. Yeah, right. Yeah. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay.
I was just thinking about cutting my hair. I mean, I think when they mature, they'll decide, hey, I'm going to cut my hair. I want a different look. I see a lot of haircut situations where these guys come into the workshop and wait there about the job board and kind of look, see, to do the haircut. Yeah. So maybe at the end. I mean, they're stripping of the hair and everything. He works in the military. You got to do it. The military is not is that a whole back of sense?
And we are back. Good morning, everybody. I got a guest, DeMarcus.
I don't want to keep my last name. No, Mark Knight.
Mark Knight.
Mark Knight.
Mark Knight. Okay, that's it. Mark Knight. I like that name. I was going to call myself Kevin Knight, KK, and then I was going to add another K to it, and people just get out of it. Yeah, then KKK, and then we don't want to go there. But anyway, 860-1440 is our number here. I was thinking last night, and as I was going through my diatribe and stuff like that, I was thinking about some things. I said, I looked at our representatives, and I looked at we got one black person who I've called her office 15 times and tried to get her on the phone, but they never do because I have to be on this side of town, and I guess they don't feel like coming over here. But we have a lot of people, and all six of our congressional representatives for the state of Alabama are white. I don't care about color, but I do care about philosophy and what they believe. We got one woman who is from school. Again, my problem with Democrats often is that if you don't agree with them, then they, especially politicians, they go someplace else. And I got a problem with the Republicans too. I said, listen, stop inviting people to the country club. You come down on Fairview Avenue and let's go to Joe's again, or let's go to Pierce's Country Cooking, and let's sit down in our environment and have a conversation. Okay? Stop inviting me over to a place where I have no friends, I don't know anybody. And for what Republicans do most of the time, I got two friends. I got one was a town who with the Republican Party, GOP, whatever it is, and another friend named Green Green, who was a city councilman. And they espouse the conservative mantra. Again, I love the formula, but I don't really care about the formula. They ran, once they ran for office, didn't get hardly any help from the Republican Party. But they're always talking about they want black people to join them. Okay? But they never put the effort behind helping them. Again, it is the formula that I like, not necessarily the formula. Okay? And all black people don't have to be a Democrat. Okay? But if we are Democratic in philosophy, then we're turning for that. Uncle Ruckus. So why is it that black people think politically that we all supposed to think this?
There are a lot of black conservatives in this country
who can't really say it publicly.
Because some of the things that conservatives say and do is just antithetical to what black people believe.
Like what?
When you say you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, okay, but many white people in this country got government assistance to get to where they are.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about people look at me. I can't undo that.
That's still the you're doing it. They're telling you you can't learn about your history, but we can teach English and French and Spanish. Your history is CRT. Your history is critical race theory. when you sit there and tell me, we were, and I've seen this in a lot of textbooks, that we were involuntary migrants. Make it make sense.
But let me tell you why, in my opinion, why the CRT stuff is counterproductive in America.
It's American history.
I hear you. But here's my problem. Our history is not so far ago, not so long ago.
Right.
Okay. It was into the 60s and the 70s, and even I think even in the 80s, where a certain group of people were treated wrongly because of the color of their skin. Right. Okay. Here's why it is so difficult to have that conversation. If I tell you about the Civil War, I can talk about the Civil War all day long. You know what? It's so far removed from where I am today, and so I have no emotional attachment to it. There are people who have an emotional attachment to my mother was from this. She told me about the stories and other things that happened to her. So when we start talking about those things, we become enraged sometimes. And my mother told me she was walk off the street in Jackson, Mississippi, and white people will pull their belts off and hit her with the buckle, hit them with the buckle. That ticks me off. That my mom had to go through that. Okay, so we're not far removed from that, and so then we become angry with that, and when anger comes through, common sense goes. What you're saying. I'm saying at a certain grade, we ought to be able to do that. If you're in the 11th and 12th grade, shouldn't be a problem. You should be educated enough by now to use logic and reason and be able to discern right from wrong. To me, I think we're not socially mature enough to deal with it from a non-emotional level. We can learn about they didn't have me as a slave. They didn't do my mama wrong. We could talk about all the atrocities of Jewish Holocaust. Sure, but that wasn't us. We could talk about black people. It is the attitude that some of us have about some of these people act sometimes that it happened to them. Anything. All still living from that trauma. Well, I'm not. You're still living under that trauma. When you have what? It's a 300 years that you don't know nothing about. That I was not a part of. Right. How was it? You have, let's say, 1865, 1965, and then you have affirmative action where people are trying to get what, right? You have all these different redlining and stuff. That stuff travels with you. Even though you didn't experience it, you're still being raised under the trauma that your mothers and grandmothers had. You said, what are we talking about? Have we progressed any by talking about it? Here's what I say. We progress because white people have to progress. Let me, good morning, who's this? Good morning. Hey, Ed. Hey, what's going on, brother? And right now it's an active. Right. Well, I would agree. It is. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Well, if it's true, absolutely. If it's true, if we have the proof, then hey, you know, yeah, that's always true. So we'll see. Mhm. It is. It is. It is. Uh, Okay. Yeah. 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 Hot news and burning issue. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see who this is. Good morning on there. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. It's not just that. It's not just that. It's not just that. They won't acknowledge or let us learn about what happened so we can learn from it. They haven't recognized the color, but look at it. Well, now there's a way to deal with that is don't commit the crime. Don't commit the crime. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. 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 I think they did change the venue, though. I think they did change the venue. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I do believe that there's some validity to that, but here's my problem. Our thinking, as Black folks, our thinking is a little different than our counterparts. We believe, from what I can tell, the reason why we're in this, well, first of all, why is it that most schools that are underserved are in Black communities? Why is that? Why is it that, I mean, why is it crime? Funding has got nothing to do with attitude. Funding has a lot to do with attitude. No. You can be disciplined and no money. Funding has a lot to do with attitude. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I disagree. I disagree too. They spent a lot more money on you were in school than they did when I was in there. Okay. They made it out. Because they wanted, I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's HBCU, so that's colleges and universities. I'm talking about high school. Yeah. Again, though, what's that got to do with people acting correctly in the environment? What's that got to do with excellence? What's that got to do with you showing up for school every day ready to learn?
If you go to school, if you go to school on a if you go to school on an empty stomach, you can't learn.
But that's not the school's fault that you're on an empty stomach. That's the parents' fault. Yeah. I think public schools in it. We actually, to tell you the truth, we may be a little bit better off than they are because people who don't send their kids to public school still pay for them. So actually, we probably got more money coming into the public school than we deserve. We still pay. They still pay. My son didn't go to public school until 2 years ago, but we paid for the public school system all that time. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate that, but we still, if the public schools actually get more money than they deserve, they get more money for people who people who don't people who do not send their kids to public school still paying for it.
I get that.
Okay, so well, who's getting it?
That's a good question.
Of course, 87% of goes to salaries of people. So that's one of the
There
reasons.
you go.
But that ain't our fault. That's their
That's our
formula.
fault because you can-
In 2020, in 2023, uh, listen, it won't ever be fair, okay? But that's got nothing to do with the expectation of excellence. Well, listen, I'm,
Yeah.
wait a minute. You know what? I'm
got
five. I'm 5'7". I wish I was 6'3", but I'm not. So I had to deal with where I am. I appreciate it. I'll take a break. We'll be back 8:27 in the morning. But again, I think that we should get more money than they actually deserve. Because we are paying for that public school whether we send our kids to school. And people are paying who don't send their kids to public school.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
And that's the truth. We got people who don't send their kids to school paying for it. So the school's getting more money than they deserve. They got limit. If I'm not limit, if I'm paying your rent and I don't live in your house, who gets screwed?
I get that. Yeah.
Logically.
Oh, look, guys. Hey, this is crazy because I think this time we're going up to when he says, look, school, it just don't make any sense. And then we talk about the consequences of the school. When we look at black neighborhoods and how we treat them, this is out of black neighborhoods. I'm not going to say, well, you talk about the violence of black neighborhoods. Because violence in every neighborhood. There's violence in poor white neighborhoods, poor Hispanic neighborhoods, violence in poor Asian neighborhoods, violence everywhere. So to sit there and say that, oh, because they're black neighborhoods have black violence, so Walmart or store out of the neighborhood, the balance is wrong. So we need poor businesses from the black neighborhood. That kills the economy in that black neighborhood. And so the schools are not being funded properly because of updated buildings, old textbooks, old laptops. But then you got a kid that's coming in there, he's already in college. Goes to a school hungry, he's more concerned about eating than he is about playing. And it makes for a convoluted situation. So how do you fix it? You can't do that at all. All right, you can't do that at all. And, go back to the original question. They are trying to restrict black people get another quote unquote black wisdom because they don't want black people. They don't want black people in. It's important. It's right. American history. They try to Obama over and speak. Make it make sense. Right now, we're on a break. Uh, okay, I just come up with an information. The public schools actually getting more money than they deserve. I don't think it's true and false. Wait a minute, if I'm paying for a school that I don't send my child to, that's extra money. I don't say we don't deserve it. We need it. So how come private schools can do it a whole lot better? Why private schools can do it a whole lot better with less money? You know what private schools do? Well, you know what? I don't want to get to the breakdown of private schools. I'm just talking about public schools for a second. Public schools are 4 years for most part, especially in the black neighborhoods. Have you been around? Have you seen the near high school? But they get the money from everybody. That money doesn't come from that point. That money comes from people who own homes. Taxes from the homes. Right, exactly. So look at the schools in those homes, based on those tax dollars. But you got people in those homes who pay money for schools that they don't send their kids to. So you're saying poor people in those poor neighborhoods send their kids to private school? No, they're in public school. But again, so do people who don't send their kids to public school. They send money via taxes to the public school system. And those taxes got to be disseminated across a lot of other schools. So the money is there to begin with. But again, it ain't my fault they got 52 schools in the city of Montgomery, a small city like Montgomery. They got 52 schools. We got too many school buildings, too many real estate to keep up with. I agree with that. I think we should get 1 or 2 large high schools. Exactly. I agree with that. So we create all this financial burden and then wonder why we don't have enough money. You will get reached by the whole concept and just get money. All right, then good morning, everybody. They find you well. Let me go back to right quick. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Yes. Well, I guess it. Well, yeah. Well, give me the quick answer. Well, somebody who wanted to abolish slavery. That was in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. And who gets the credit?
I knew he was going with this. I knew he was going with this. Ooh, if it, this is why, Kevin. This is why. Uh, What's your question? You know Kevin was in the Army, but you don't know I'm a Marine? Okay. Well, how you know that? And I told you I'm a Marine. Have you seen his documentation? Have you seen his documentation? I did vote for Joe Biden. We knew that already. I don't know why you I asked the did vote for question. Joe Biden. Yeah. I would do it again. I can't wait to do it again. That's the danger to America. Two plus two is seven, sir. It's seven. 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 Okay. We were not buying gas for $1.89 under Trump. We were not, sir. And I will tell you this: John Brown raid. John Brown's raid was not in Missouri. John Brown raid was in Harpers Ferry, Virginia. So you're wrong. Get your history straight, sir. You're old enough. I'm pretty sure you were there. It was in Harpers Ferry, sir. All right. Anyway, appreciate it, guys. Let me take another. It is 8:36 in the morning. This guy. Good morning. That's the reason why. Good morning. Mark Knight, sir. How you doing? I am a former retired Marine, sir. I do have a job, and I am an adjunct professor. What's up? You can ask me a lot of questions. What's that? This is another one. This is another one. This is another one. This is another one. A lot of children go to school hungry. That's what I say. A lot of children go to school hungry. I would say a good 80% of them, if not more. I agree with you. Oh my God, come on, man. Give me a better question than this. I don't know. You tell me. What does that even? Kevin, this is the problem that I'm talking about with your Republican Party. This is the problem. People like you. Wait a minute. He just asked questions. People like you are the problem. Yeah. People like you would take a quote from Chris Rock. It's people like you in the last caller. It's people like you in the last caller who would say, who runs the state? Who runs the state? Oh, now who runs the state? Who disseminates? Who disseminates? Does the mayor disseminate that money, or does the governor disseminate that money? And who's the governor of Alabama? Who? Okay, well, listen, we ain't gonna get nowhere. He's the problem with every other conservative out here. They sit there, they pick and choose. They find that one guy, that one black token that just I'm not saying these people are tokens, but they find that one black guy that say, hey, black people need to do A, B, and C, and they run with it. They love a black person that's going to go out there and listen to and espouse the conservative principles. They love it, and they hold them out there like a puppeteer. Okay. Listen, you can slap me around a little bit here, there, but again, the formula is good. The formulators we can question, but there's no doubt that if black folks live by the conservative formula, we'd be a hell of a lot better off.
And what's that conservative formula? Because it doesn't seem like it's working for even conservatives. Because when you go to Mississippi, they're poor and they're happy that they're poor. We don't need government.
They keep putting Democrats
in
in office.
We don't in Mississippi. We don't need government in our business, and they got no teeth and they got no land. And say, well, we like it like this down here. Go to West Virginia. Go to Tennessee.
But again,
these people are happy that they're conservatives, and the conservatives care less about them. Those guys get into Congress. Republicans,
at the end of the day, though, you got to take care of yourself.
MAGA Republicans go into the White. They'll say we need less government, and then they'll go.
And you don't think we do? You think we need more government?
No, they'll go into D.C. and the first thing they'll say is, "Where's my Medicare?"
No, but do you think we need more government?
No, I think we need regulate. I think we need the government to regulate what's going on. You talked about workers.
Mm-hmm.
If we had free enterprise the way we have it, go back to what happened to Enron. Go back to what happened to the 2008 crisis. Go back to what happened to the Reagan administration. Every time they deregulated, greed killed America.
But what's that word free mean? What does that word free society? What is that word?
So the free society means
free
society means that people like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg can beat up on a little man. That's free. But when you have regulated capitalism, where we can say, hey, this is you're going to do a minimum wage. You're going to do this.
But minimum wage is a joke.
We can talk about that's minimum. I'm just saying
it's a joke. It doesn't mean it, and that's the problem with some of your discretion here, because things that you say and the reality of the fruition of those things often from the left side of the aisle hurt us rather than help us.
And the GOP is doing no better.
But here's what I like about Republicans: they don't pretend to care about you. They don't pretend to care about you. So therefore, you ain't gonna get no help. Democrats been promising black folks.
I'm so glad that you said
that. They don't. But Democrats
you
been
just
promising.
Said the GOP don't care about you.
And I'm good with that.
Vote for me because I don't care about you.
But I care about your policy. But whether you care about me or not, I don't care.
You just know his policies are caring for you.
Okay. And the Democrat policies are supposed to. They love us. Oh, they just looking out for us. The Great Depression, not the Great Depression. What's that thing that Johnson came up with? The Great Society. Really? And look at where we are.
Well, there's no perfect system. There's no perfect legislation. There's no perfect plan.
Yeah, okay.
But for the GOP to come out and say, "You're crap. Vote for me."
Well, I don't listen. At the end of when the voting is all over and Republicans win, I don't expect my life to change unless I'm willing to get out there and hump. Democrats expect the government to come in there like a big white horse and save everybody. Yes, they do. They got a program.
Democrats want the playing field level because every time the playing field level, we can all get up there.
But here's the difference. The Republicans, in theory, I believe, want you to level the playing field by becoming equal with the people that you want.
Now we got to go back to their policies.
Now the Democrats want us to take people's stuff, give it to somebody else, and make it even.
Now we get to their policies because they tell you they want to make the playing field level, but they go and put policies out there that won't make the playing field level.
Name one. Name a policy that they support that doesn't lend itself to equality.
Well, right now they have no plans.
Neither do the Democrats.
Right now, their plan is make America great again.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
But they can't tell you when it was great.
It's always been great.
When?
Always. It's not been perfect, but it's always been great.
It's always been great.
Always been
great. Are you
great.
serious?
I am absolutely positive serious.
So now I got to go back to slavery because that was great.
I didn't say they were perfect.
I said now we got to go back to segregation.
I didn't say they were perfect, but we've always been a great country, but not a perfect country.
Okay, well, so give me your definition of great and perfect. What makes us great?
Great lends itself to individual effort, individuals to succeed on their own volition.
That means England's great. That means Russia's great. That means China's great.
Okay, I don't live over there. I don't know what they do. Been to England.
Are they greater than us?
No. We're the greatest country on God's green earth. We used to be. 2 Democrats ago. I'll take my last break hour. We'll come back right after these messages. Take your calls, your comments, and great does not equate to perfect. We'll be back.
Oh my goodness.
These are always good conversations. Always. You 100% wrong most time, but
yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm about to jump out the window. I'm glad you ain't got that window looking in.
I ain't mad at you. But you can't get great mixed up with perfect.
Okay.
We're not. We're not.
Okay.
But I assume you've been to a couple of countries. I've been to a couple of countries. You know, I've never been to one that I wanted to stay. Never one time. I kissed the ground. When I land that 141 land, that C-130, whatever I have to be on, I am good to be back home. Good. Never been to one that I wanted to stay. Never.
Well, I was a big fan of Singapore. I love Singapore. Singapore was nice.
I did.
But I didn't stay there long enough to get into politics or whatever. I just, you know.
I'll be straight on the ground and whoop your ass. Okay then.
Oh man. And I know Guam is a territory, but Guam was nice.
Well, yeah. A lot of these places, even Hawaii, even though it's supposed to be a state of America, it don't seem like when you're over there. But even a lot of places are great places to visit because we ain't got to live there. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. I have to drive over. When I leave here, I got to drive over to the school and get my son's.
What school you go to?
JAG, formerly JD.
Okay. JAG stands for.
I
know the G stands for Mr. Gatz. Yes.
Yeah, Abernathy something.
Okay. Okay. Abernathy. So what's the Johnson?
Johnson Abernathy Gatz.
Yeah. JAG. See, when I say JAG, I thought I'm a judge advocate.
Yeah, me too.
There's just a lack of expectation in our general public schools. We don't expect greatness out of our kids unless you're in the magnet school. But then they took the thing down to magnet school now where your GPA is 2.5. That's average. Hell, if you can't be average, you don't need to be in school.
So you say they took the GPA down to 2.5?
Yeah, to get in.
To get in where?
Magnet school.
Okay.
I mean, anybody can get a GPA. Hell, if you just show up to school, you ought to get 2.5. Now, whether you stay there or not, that's a whole different story. But to get in, I wonder how many people have actually been put out, sent back to the regular schools because they couldn't keep up with it. I mean, personally, I ain't going to school for a job. I don't have to work that hard. I'm gonna let the future scientists of us do that. Yeah, I did the right thing. I joined on. I did the right thing. Man, these 2 hours been going by too fast.
They go by fast?
They go by too fast.
I'm trying to find those numbers because if I can find those numbers, I'm gonna light you up on the air.
Yeah, I hear you. Shoot your best shot.
Oh man.
Yeah, the problem with history, somebody else tells it.
History is written by the victors.
Right, and you got to figure out is it true or is it BS?
Right.
I'm trying to put my camera somewhere here where it actually shows everybody.
I think you had it over somewhere. You moved it. Oh, you moved it again?
Yeah, I moved it again. I'm trying to figure where it can show the. I think the best place is right there in that corner right there.
Oh yeah, right there.
Making that corner. So that's why I have to put it up with some kind of way. Yeah. Tell your wife I ain't too hard on you today.
Yeah, I tell her.
Yeah. I like the company. Not bad. You make me look brilliant.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, you make a brother look brilliant. Shit.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show. Chinese on News Radio 1470.
Don't forget, everybody, there's a city council meeting tonight or today, whenever they have it. You might want to go check it out. Not too much new business. A resolution to approve the selected vendor for small business support programs. Application for a wine Festival licensed by the Department of Cultural Affairs, DBA Riverwalk Wine Festival. That's good. Good, I can get drunk. Application for a retail business license, retail table wine, on and off room. The Magnum Opus, whatever that means, cigar lounge. I gotta go visit them, see what that cigar thing is all about. Resolution reappointing Lori Wheel to the Museum Board of Counselor by Counselor Pruitt. Yeah, not too much. Okay, I can watch this on TV. I don't need to go down there every day. Yeah, not too much. No big controversial things at the city council meeting. Rezoning land and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. Not too many people. Let me see now. Prayer of Councilor Jen Wright. Okay. Approval. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing worth getting excited about it on the city council meeting tonight. So no sense we going through that whole list. Nothing controversial. I'm still waiting for a Kevin Elkins day and the key to the city. You know, I'm just waiting for it. You know, maybe somebody will down there will have a little, you know, pity on the brother. Let's go to the phone right quick and see who's there. Good morning, on there. Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised in Mobile, Alabama. I'm doing the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Thank you, ma'am. That's beautiful, Kevin. Hey, you're absolutely right.
And again, I believe I now I believe in certain philosophies. Now, just because the philosophers are no good doesn't make the philosophy bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, I voted for the mayor. I mean, I voted for the mayor. Well, I can't. I can't do that. I can't sit down and. But listen, I got food in the refrigerator. Well, I got food in the refrigerator, and a couple days ago, I only saw one roach, so I'm good. I mean, I'm good. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
One roach. You know, when you only see one roach in the whole day, that's pretty good. I mean, that stuff you're putting on the floor is working. Good morning. Who's this? All right then. Good morning. Who's this? Hold it. Let me grab my Kleenex here, because I know it's coming. Yeah. That's true.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, we got to moonwalk on water.
Yeah. Well, I don't deal with Medicare. They gave me a card automatically, but I don't deal with it. Well, I paid for it. Exactly. I ain't mad at people. Hey. The socials are right. My problem with Democrats is the social construct. We're trying to convince our young boys that they should cut off their package and become girls.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. No, we ain't. Y'all are. Exactly.
The
Thank you.
ones who pushing it are Democrats.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Caitlyn Jenner is a Republican.
Right on. I don't know who came with that. Every time I think of a log, I think of something else. I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I would guarantee you, if you do the research on LGBTism, transgenderism, which don't exist, it doesn't exist. It's a political construct. Biologically, there's no such thing as a transgender anything. But if you look it up, the people who support that kind of thing are Democrats. Well, I'd say all of them.
Exactly. Yes.
I'd say all of them, but most y'all secret closet people. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm not. I'm
Thank
not.
you, sir.
Right. I'm not
Yes.
for the death penalty. I
Thank
used to
you.
be, but I thought, why should we do the same thing that the crook did to the crook? So I don't believe in the death penalty. Unless you mess with my child, then you might get some of that. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, truth is good, but
Exactly.
I think there's a mentality. But I believe, and I appreciate. I got to take a couple of calls before I get out of here. But I believe there ought to be a certain mental maturity before you try to tackle those subjects.
Then we should not be learning about English.
LGBT.
We should not
Absolutely.
be learning about English history. We should not be learning about
I don't care about English history.
I'm saying we should not be learning internet until they get to the.
But we fought the English. Good morning. Well, they fought me. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Who, me? Oh. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yes.
What's going on, JT? Yeah.
He doing a job, all right. Snow job.
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm great and perfect. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, brother. I'll pay you when I get there.
This is brother. I'm just. Okay, good.
That's my big brother.
I'm just checking. Okay, just make sure. Good morning, you're on air. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. Well, man, look at I just brought up the time goes by too fast. Don't forget also why else go to our Facebook page and look at what we're trying to do. Why else we youth leadership group. We're trying to uh, truly make a difference, and everybody is. I just gotta find my way. Anyway, so, Mark,
Hey, yes, hey, I enjoyed it. Hey, thank you guys for calling in. Even that guy that was walking by John Brown, you do some research.
although I must admit, you're a brave man. You come here every week and do wrong.
What you gonna have to stop doing? What you gonna stop doing? You gonna stop getting that word and going to break. That's what you gonna stop doing.
You gotta be on this side.
That's what you gonna stop doing. The last word was right there. I'm like, okay.
You gotta be on this side. So you get your stuff in early.
You know what? I'm gonna watch you. I see what you do now. You got a tail. You got a tail. You put your finger on the button first.
What you gotta say? Yeah, we gotta go to break. Hold on for 2 more seconds. I got you, Kevin. I got you. I got you. Yeah, you gotta call in JT.